udachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnameva vasishyate. Purnamada purnamidam purnat purnam udachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnameva vasishyate. Purnamada purnamidam purnat purnam udachyate.
Welcome, everyone, to tonight's session of Atomic Dreaming. Today is Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024, and we are about to have another one of our weekly classes in which we go over two techniques from the Tamil Siddha tradition of enlightenment that Dr. Pillai has asked me to be sharing with others. So the two techniques, one is more focused on the material plane, and one is more focused on the spiritual dimension. And we practice both of them in this little class to help us begin to connect more consciously with the atomic power that Dr. Pillai says we all have in our mind. He wants us to practice both the techniques, the one for the physical and the one for the spiritual side of things, because he likes for us to be living what he calls a 200% life, meaning 100% successful and focused on the material plane, and 100% successful and focused on the spiritual dimension as well. So each week I go over the directions for the two techniques, and then we practice them together in class. So this is a living, live meditation experience that we're all experiencing together. I'll start the program with a very simple clearing technique, and then we'll go into the two atomic dreaming techniques. This class used to be over on Zoom. It was a very small class. We've migrated now over to Pillai Center Practice Channel on YouTube, so it's a little bit more of a one-room schoolhouse. We may always have some people each week that are brand new, and we have to be patient if they have questions. But we also have to be respectful to the people who have been coming for a long time now, who like for this to be a quiet, meditative experience for them. So I'm going to ask those of you that post in the chat to stay very focused on only posting things that are relevant for the class. And if you can hold posting in the chat till we're done with the technique, I would appreciate it, because I'm not able to really look at the chat while we're doing the technique as well. So that's our very simple etiquette, to be polite, both to the new people, as well as to be respectful to the other people who have been meditating with these techniques now for quite some time. The techniques, one lady last year said, well, these techniques are really just using your imagination. And I felt that that's true, but it's also not quite understanding, perhaps, the power of vividly connecting with our imagination. In our culture, we're taught to really express things through the rational side, value the rational, logical side of things. And these techniques are helping us go deeper with connecting with the power, the atomic power in our own mind, which does mean we have to connect more vividly with our imagination. So I'm going to go ahead right now and start the simple clearing technique. And I'm going to go ahead and put up a screen, a card for you to look at so that those of you that aren't able to close your eyes, you'll have something to look at while we do the techniques. So now I've put up the card and I'll disappear myself from the video screen and we will begin. So if you are in a place where it's possible for you to close your eyes, please go ahead right now and close your eyes. Receive a beam of white light into your right eye. The white light comes into your right eye and it goes into all the millions of cells in your right eye. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. The white light comes into your right eye and it goes all the way back into your right optic nerve. Now, receive a beam of white light into your left eye. The white light comes into your left eye, healing, clearing, renewing. The white light comes into your left eye and it goes all the way back into your left optic nerve. Now, receive a beam of white light into your right ear. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. The white light comes into your right ear and it goes all the way into your right inner eardrum. Now, receive a beam of white light into your left ear. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. The white light comes into your left ear and it goes all the way in to your left inner eardrum. Now, receive a beam of white light into your right nostril. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. Receive the white light into your right nostril, all the way into your right nasal cavity. Now, receive a beam of white light into your left nostril. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. The white light comes into your left nostril and goes all the way into your left nasal cavity. Now, receive a beam of white light into your mouth. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. Receive the white light into the tip of your tongue, the middle of your tongue, the back of your tongue, and your tonsils area. Now, receive a beam of white light into your heart. The white light is healing, clearing, renewing. Receive the light. Now, receive a beam of white light coming down from the sky, entering into the top of your head. The white light comes into your head and it goes into all the cells in your brain, healing, clearing, renewing. The white light expands and fills your entire head. The white light flows into your neck and throat. The white light comes down into your shoulders, and from your shoulders, the white light flows into your arms and comes all the way down your arms and into your hands. The white light flows into your entire torso and it goes into all of your inner organs, healing, clearing, renewing. The white light flows into your legs and comes all the way down your legs into your thighs, your knees, your shin, your calves, your ankles. And the white light comes into your feet and out the bottoms of the soles of your feet, connecting you with the earth. And now white light is flowing through all the pores in your skin. And now all of us are in a river of white light, ready to begin our program. As I mentioned at the beginning, there are two techniques. The first one, as I said, is more focused on the material plane. In this technique, Dr. Pillai will suggest for you to focus on something that to you is a kind of a goodie. And a goodie, it should be something that puts a smile on your face. This isn't like a laundry list of all the things in your life that you want to manifest. This is a fun exercise of something that would delight you. So allow yourself to move into that sense of joy and happiness, of picturing something that you're going to really have a smile on your face about. And your goodie could be anything that you might like to have, or you might like to do, or you might like to be, or some combination of those things. So as I'm sharing the directions for the first technique, in the back of your mind, allow yourself to look at what would be a goodie for you to focus on tonight when we actually do the technique together. So these are the directions now from Dr. Pillai for this first technique of atomic dreaming. These are his words now. Tapping into your total consciousness. We use only the mind-body consciousness, where the body and mind together give you a sense of reality. You never consciously attempt to separate the body from the mind. There are meditations that the siddhas do to separate their body and the mind. I'll give you an example. You are in San Diego in your house. You think about that you are in, say, India, staying in a hotel, and for a few days, you are in the hotel. What is really happening when you do this exercise? Yes, in San Diego, your body and mind are together. And that is where, for all practical purposes, you are. But you are thinking that you are in India in a hotel room. So the mind alone is there in the hotel. You visualize your hotel room, the restaurant that you go to. You are going to a Chinese restaurant, eating Chinese food. And then you familiarize yourself with the area. You are coming to the lobby and talking to some Indians, doing business with them or whatever. But actually, what you are doing is just imaginary, an unreal exercise, an exercise in unreality by worldly standards. If you live this life on a daily basis, that will help you to separate your mind from the body. Then you can go to the soul. But this first exercise is important, and it will be so liberating for the mind. You can think about all kinds of goodies. You have a Rolls Royce, driving a Rolls Royce. You have a mansion. All these things you can do. And if you remain in that consciousness for a long time, although it is faking, that will do a lot of good because your unconscious will pick up those constant hammerings. And psychologically, it is such an ego-satisfying consciousness, which is good. So those are the words to us from Dr. Pillai about the first technique of atomic dreaming. So go ahead right now and begin to picture your goodie for tonight. Allow yourself to visualize a scene with you enjoying your goodie. And allow yourself to bring your sense of happiness and joy into that scene. And allow yourself to see this scene vividly with all the colors that are in the scene. You're seeing yourself enjoying your goodie, and you're experiencing joy and happiness with your goodie. And you allow yourself to have an adventure with your goodie. You allow yourself to see how this adventure unfolds, where it takes you. And you allow yourself to know that Dr. Pillai is helping you right now with this technique. He's empowering this class, and he wants you to have this sense of happiness with your goodie. He says this is a positive, ego-satisfying consciousness, and that this is good. So allow yourself to revel in enjoying your goodie. And also allow yourself to bring all of your senses into enjoying your goodie. You're seeing it. You're seeing all the colors of the scene. You're also hearing everything in the scene for you and your goodie. Whether this is nature sounds like waves at the ocean or the wind in the trees, or perhaps there's music associated with your goodie. Maybe you're at a party dancing and there's music. Or maybe you're having conversation with a friend. Or perhaps you're just enjoying driving and hearing all the sounds perhaps in the city. Whatever the sounds with your goodie, allow yourself to hear them vividly. You're seeing your goodie, you're seeing yourself enjoying your goodie. You're hearing everything going on with your goodie. And if there's anything involving your goodie that's there to eat or to drink, maybe it's a cup of coffee as you're driving a brand new car, or maybe it's a picnic outside with friends, or perhaps there's a buffet at a party. Whatever is there to eat or drink, allow yourself to experience that sense of taste very vividly and very enjoyably. And allow your happiness with your goodie to continue to expand. Allow the joy to become even greater. You're having a very innocent pleasure with your goodie. Allow yourself to enjoy, to feel fulfilled, to feel complete with your goodie. And again, bring all of your senses into this experience with your goodie. If there's anything in your goodie that's there that you could smell, a pleasant scent like a perfume, or an aroma like a barbecue, or perhaps the smell of incense, whatever is there that's pleasant to smell in your goodie, allow yourself to enjoy that as well. And allow your adventure with your goodie to continue to expand and see where it takes you. Your happiness is growing. Your enjoyment is growing. And if there is anything in your goodie that's there for you to touch, something of a tactile nature, whether it's the feeling of a new steering wheel in a new car, or perhaps you're wearing beautiful clothes, the feel of new fabric, whatever is there, perhaps you're walking barefoot on the sand at the beach, whatever is there for you with your goodie of a tactile nature, allow yourself to enjoy that as well. So you're seeing, you're hearing, you're enjoying tasting and smelling and touching things within your goodie right now. And allow yourself to experience where this adventure is taking you right now. And allow your joy and your happiness to become even greater, to expand, your sense of joy and fulfillment expands and grows even greater. And now, gently, gently start to come back. Come back to where your body is. Allow yourself to give thanks to Dr. Pillai for whatever experience you had just now with this technique, and allow yourself to come back. Those of you that have been here before, you know that at this point, I do like the class to be a bit interactive. And so some people may post in the chat a bit about their experience with their goodie, whether they give details about it or perhaps they just share how it made them feel. And then I read those comments out loud and share them. So just a second as I look over at the chat to see what's happening over here. I see Van sharing in the chat. She says, tonight she got a color show around her of all variants of blue. It was intense, brilliant, soft. It was so nice. It gave her a sense of freedom and it filled her. Lovely, Van. I'm happy that you had such a wonderfully positive experience with the technique. If there's someone else that would like to post in the chat, you're welcome to do that. I think YouTube allows you to do maybe 200 characters at a time. So you're welcome to post in the chat or to ask any question if you have a question about the technique. So I'm checking the chat to see if there's anything further being posted here. Sam is saying, thank you, Swamini Valli. I visualized my income target and enjoying it with my partner. We had many intimate and beautiful moments together. Thank you, Babaji. I'm happy for you, Sam, that you were able to have such a nice visualization and a sense of enjoyment sharing this with your partner. Very happy for you. Someone in the chat called Last Son of Winter says, I saw Santa Claus and he asked, what did I ask for Christmas? And I replied for all the kids to get a Rubik's Cube. Okay, that was an interesting adventure. Lovely. Lisa, under the handle of Ryan Evans, is saying, I went to the future and everything was revealed to me that I needed to know. It was the present moment everywhere. It feels so good. Oh, I like that as well. So as you can see, people have different kinds of goodies that they focus on, but I'm very happy that a few people have shared. Thank you for doing that. So now we'll go ahead, if there's no further sharings in the chat, we'll go ahead and start the second technique of atomic dreaming. This is the one that is a bit more spiritual, and we do this one a little bit differently. Again, I will share the directions from Dr. Pillai about this technique. The directions are very short. I will talk about it very briefly, and then we will do the technique together in silence for 5 minutes. We do this one in silence for 5 minutes because this is the more spiritual technique, and I don't want for my words to be constraining you at all. Again, I know that Dr. Pillai is empowering this technique for each of you, and I trust that he is helping you and keeping you safe as you're doing the technique. So right now, I'm going to share the words from Dr. Pillai about the second technique of atomic dreaming. These are his words now. If you wanted to be more powerful, then you have to go imagine that you are in heaven with Lord Shiva or Vishnu or Muruga or Ganesha or Jesus or the Buddha. Keep on thinking it over and over and over and over again. Then you can imagine that you have your mind is your subtle body. And this subtle body is thinking these thoughts, which are real to the subtle body. I know a particular case where that exercise yielded results within a few days. Since this is a very powerful technique, you should not do it more than 5 minutes. God bless. So those are the words to us from Dr. Pillai about the second technique of atomic dreaming. Each of you may have your own way of picturing going to heaven. For me, it's very fast. It's like warp speed in Star Trek. But each of you may have your own way, and that's fine. You are not limited to the archetypes that Dr. Pillai mentioned. If you want to visit someone else, that's fine. If you want to visit, say, Lakshmi or Mother Mary or Kuan Yin from the Chinese Taoist tradition, that's fine. And if you're a more secular person and you maybe just want to picture going into a higher dimension and visiting with someone that you consider to have more intelligence, like Einstein or Tesla, that would be fine too. So right now, we're going to do this second technique together in silence for 5 minutes, starting now. Gently, gently come back to yourself. Come back to earth. Come back to your body very gently. Allow yourself to reintegrate back into your body. Allow yourself to give thanks to Dr. Pillai for this technique. Allow yourself to give thanks to whatever beings you interacted with. And allow yourself to reintegrate back into your body. And again, if you would like to share in the chat about your experience, you're welcome to do that. If you don't want to share all the details of your experience, perhaps you could just share how it made you feel. So again, I know it takes a few moments to get back in your body to be able to type. So I'll check the chat in a second to see if anyone is posting there. But you're welcome to be back. Lisa, under the handle Ryan Evans, is saying, Vishnu and Lakshmi appeared to me tonight, giving all of us the gift of wealth, love, and light more than ever. Thank you, Dr. Pillai, Swamini, and all here. Oh, that's a very beautiful experience, Lisa. Vishnu and Lakshmi together appearing to you and giving this gift of wealth, love, and light to everyone here in the class tonight. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That's a beautiful experience. Aruna is saying tonight with the second technique, she met the Hindu archetype Dhanvantari. This is an archetype, a form of Vishnu who is a great healer. Dhanvantari put his hands on Aruna's shoulders, and her hands became extremely warm. So perhaps he was putting some healing energy into you and perhaps activating some of your own healing abilities. Beautiful, Dhanvantari. That's a lovely one, Aruna. I'm very happy for you. That's a lovely archetype to encounter. Thank you both for sharing. Those are lovely experiences. When we share, it can help inspire others as well. Sam is saying tonight he visited with Swarna Bhairava. This is a special form of Bhairava that's associated with gold. Swarna means gold in Sanskrit. He visited with Swarna Bhairava, and Swarna Bhairava shared with Sam the limitlessness of prosperity and how that was increasingly flowing into Sam's life. He said that Sam is certain to manifest his dream soulmate. Sam says, thanks. Oh, I'm happy for you, Sam. Those are nice messages to get. Lovely. Van is sharing tonight. She was asking a blue water dragon about so much water. That's very interesting, Van, because I myself was born in the year of a dragon, the year of a water dragon, when I was born. So blue water dragon, it is needed for clearing and resolves old issues and about turning inside out. Oh, well, our bodies are filled with water. We have a great deal of water within us. So drinking water, having clean water to drink is valuable. But water does have great purification energies and also enlivens things. Like when we do the hydration ritual or abhishekam and we pour water over a statue or a yantra. Dr. Plies talked about the hydrogen, the power of the hydrogen in the water for enlivening something. So yes, water can be clearing, it can resolve old issues, and it's interesting that you would talk with a blue water dragon about this. Really lovely. So turning things inside out, maybe turning things out into a more correct configuration, perhaps. Maybe in our world, we have things backwards or inside out, where we have them all upside down. That's a nice experience, Van. Thank you for sharing. Kalyani is sharing, last night she dreamt of Lord Muruga. So she wanted to be with him tonight when she did the second technique. So she says she did visit him, and he was so cute, just like a baby. And then the next moment, he became so huge. I sat at his feet and surrendered. I touched his feet. Ah, what a lovely experience, Kalyani. It's a very special thing to get to touch the feet of an enlightened being. The feet contains a lot of positive energies. Wonderful. Wonderful. You connected with him so deeply. Wisdom Heart is saying, tonight tried to be with Jesus and Mary. Not sure I connected, but I was filled with tears. Feel like I'm dying in my heart the last couple of days. This time of year is usually difficult. So, Wisdom Heart, perhaps even if you didn't see Jesus and Mary clearly, there are ways where this technique can be working. Some people are very good at visualizing and seeing. Some people are very good at feeling. And some people are very good at having understandings. And tears, Dr. Pillai has said, tears are important to be able to have tears. When we have tears, we can start to surrender and be really honest and genuine in expressing something. And, sometimes we might feel like a basket case. And he has said several times, I can work with a basket case. When we're in that place of tears and crying like a baby, then we're in a very real place. I'm sorry that this time of year is usually difficult, but thank you for coming to class tonight. Thank you for working with the techniques. And I'm hoping that you will start to feel the grace of Jesus and Mary coming into your life in ways that are meaningful to you. For some people, coming to this class every Tuesday helps them to go deeper with these techniques. There's an expression perhaps in Taoism of cultivating energy. We're cultivating the ability with these techniques to connect with this atomic power that each of us had in our own mind. So if you can come back to class regularly, I am positive you will go deeper with these connections with the archetypes you're wanting to connect with. Wonderful Crafty Creations is saying, I'm with, oh dear, this is the hard one for me to say. I believe this is the form of Shiva and Parvati together. But I have a hard time pronouncing the name, so I'm not going to try to mangle it. So I'm with Shiva and Parvati, who are in a united form at Kailash, which is a mountain which is said to be one of their homes. And it is so beautiful. Lovely, wonderful, crafty creations. And I will look up the pronunciation for this so that if you visit them again, I'll be able to say it properly. Thank you for sharing. Shiva is sharing tonight. He's currently looking for a new project with the same client for new work in the new year. Currently, the MacBook PC is locked because the project got over, have to return it, lost a few contacts. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Shiva. So that sounds like something for the first technique. Perhaps you can practice this on your own during the week, visualizing being at a new project, visualizing having this new work, visualizing how happy it makes you feel. Thank you for sharing. Beautiful. So again, you all have permission to work with these two techniques. Oh, I see someone else is sharing. Shiva is saying, hopefully soon my concerns of project work. Okay, so you're expressing all of your concerns. These techniques are really not the place to bring your worry. These techniques are the place to bring visualizing what it is that you would like to experience as your goodie. Just visualizing it. So allow yourself to go beyond the worries of your rational mind and allow yourself to go deeper into your imagining, picturing exactly what it is that you would like as your goodie with this new project, with everything being resolved without letting the rational mind say how or when or, trying to plan for it. Just allow yourself to picture the goodie. Allow yourself to do that with these techniques. So again, you all have permission to practice these techniques on your own during the week. You have permission to share them with others if that's appropriate for you to do, as long as you share them freely. These techniques were given to you freely, and you're allowed to pass them on freely to others. So again, this concept of cultivating the techniques, cultivating going deeper with them, and allowing yourself to feel the joy, allow yourself to feel the happiness, to feel fulfilled. This is part of the technique, an important part of the technique. Allow yourself to relax into that. So Ayana said something up at the topic about how we live in a benevolent universe. Allow yourself to lean into that a bit more. You've gotten to where you are this far, and your personal power got you this far, and it's going to continue to help you. All right. Well, thank you to everyone who has shared in the chat. Thank you for nice etiquette in the chat, for being supportive towards each other. And again, I will be here next Tuesday again doing this class live. The recordings, of course, are available on YouTube on this channel. And my experience has been that working with these techniques helps many people do well with the other programs from Dr. Pillai. These techniques have helped them connect with their ability to visualize and to picture their goals in a positive, happy way. I see a few more comments in the chat. I see Shiva saying, sure, thanks, Swamini. He got it. He says, thanks. Lovely. Aruna is saying, a beautiful lotus just appeared before her. Oh, that's a nice omen. I like that. Kalyani is saying, when you say sharing this technique, how do I do that? Well, I know there was one woman in Mexico who wanted to share the directions, and she asked me for the printout of them, and she wanted to translate them into Spanish to share them with one of her classes. So I share the techniques by reading them to you each week. If you have a class that you want to do them with, you can email me, Valli@pillaicenter.com, and I can send you the file that has the directions. If you're not, if you need to be able to read the directions to somebody else. Other people have just, shared their memory of what the technique is with people, and that has been helpful for them. Okay, so again, your willingness to practice the technique is inspiring to me. Please practice both of them, as Dr. Pillai wants us to be doing that 200% live. I see beloved superstar saying tonight with the second technique, she was in heaven learning how to fly from Lord Hanuman, and it was fun. Oh, that's lovely. Wonderful. Van is saying she's sending fresh blue greetings to all after her visit with the blue water dragon. Thank you, Van. That's a nice omen to me that you connected with the water dragon. Beautiful. All right. Well, I'll let you get on with your day or your evening, wherever you are. Namaste. The light in me truly honors the light in each of you. May light encompass all. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye for now.